Walker and Hurst, Lindsay and Brown. The forwards, Howison, Pickering, Stringer, Hay, Holstock and Andy Smith is the captain and loose forward, wearing 13. And on the bench it's Poucher, Osler, Dickinson and Sovatabua. The coach is Gary Wilkinson. Now the Swinton Lions, English at fullback, Saywell, Woods, Olstead and Billy. Moana is the captain, and Chris Huff, the man who dropped the goal in Golden Point time last week to get them here, is the scrum half. Up front it's Johnson, Wood and Newton, Smith, Ian Sinfield, the brother of Kevin Sinfield, the Leeds Rhino skipper, and Lee Marsh is the loose forward. And the bench occupied by McGovern, Morley, Abu Shakra and Parry, and the coach is Paul Kidd. So out they come, Sheffield Eagles in red, the Swinton Lions in their traditional blue. They're 80 minutes away, or maybe more if it goes to extra time and Golden Point again. 80 minutes and counting to a place in National League One next year. Great atmosphere, there always is for this match. As I say, it's a triple header here. The festivities began at 1:30 this afternoon, continues right the way through until about 8 o'clock, when we will leave you over on Sky Sports 1 for the shootout for the Super League Grand Final. And over the years, this game has been the best game of the day. Peter Taverner's already the match referee, so let us go to our commentary team. Phil Clark is alongside Andy Kelly. The first voice you'll hear is that of Ben Pro.
Thanks, Eddie. After 22 rounds in a playoff series, it's Sheffield and Swinton who aim to join champions Dewsbury in National League One next season, and both are in excellent form. Gary Wilkinson's Eagles last lost a match almost 4 months ago, but Paul Kidd's Lions have their own momentum after wins at Barrow, Featherstone, Celtic Crusaders, with last Sunday's memorable Golden Point sealing a grand final place. Paul Kidd takes his seat. What a job he has done for the Swinton Lions this season. And it will be Sheffield Eagles in the shape of Brendan Lindsay who will get this match underway. So much at stake. Lindsay then to kick off. Swinton will have first possession, and it's Chris Huff, the hero of the hour really from last week with that memorable drop goal, that has the first possession for the Lions. Here's Moana. Now it's Ian Sinfield. Good tackle there coming in from Brown. This is Bruce Johnson now, and Johnson gets through the first tackle. Quick play the ball they want, and they get it's Phil Wood who scampers away to that short side, to the left-hand side. Promising start this from Swinton Lions. Ian Sinfield waits. This is Chris Huff. Now it's Dave Newton, just short of the halfway line.
One of the keys for Swinton today is if they can get a quick play of the ball, they have the perfect player to benefit from it. Keep your eye on the blue number 9, Phil Wood. One of the most dangerous attacking hookers rugby league in this country. And with a quick play of the ball, he likes to get out of there and look for some option runners. And when he does, the Swinton attack must push up with him.
I think one of the other things that Swinton have got to look for, and we've seen it in that first set of 6, Sheffield play a real compressed defence. They need to tie the middle and try and get to the edge.
Stringer will play the ball. It's Pickering. And now Jack Howison. Good tackle though coming in from Lee Marsh. There is the Sheffield coach Gary Wilkinson. This now is Dale Holdstock over halfway for the Eagles. Pickering. Back for Gavin Brown, the organiser really in this Sheffield Eagles side. It's a good kick as well, but it's Wayne English who scoops it up and launches another attack here for Swinton.
Well, the coach Gary Wilkinson intimated before the match that Sheffield had a plan to try and strike at this Swinton side early on. Kicking on the third tackle is rather unusual in rugby league, but it's a policy that Sheffield believe will prove successful eventually in this match.
Particularly given that Sheffield, of course, had that week off having beaten Celtic Crusaders to get here, and maybe fatigue will be a factor later on in this game.
You know, that if that is the case, Swinton are still clearing the line pretty well, aren't they? They're getting up over that 20-metre line, which is a psychological lift.
Yeah, Swinton have got to come up with the energy, because if Sheffield are going to kick early, then it is to turn them round and make the big forwards work and tire, and Swinton have got to come back with their own sets. Great kick from Chris Huff, and that's the right reply.
Well, it sends Sheffield back here in Greg Hurst it is who has to return this. It's a good deep kick, and And now Johnny Woodcock is shot. That's great work from Swinton in the shape of Martin Moana.
Yeah, really testing the middle chase. Very often in rugby league, the guys who are closest to the ball will chase with enthusiasm, but the ones a little bit away from it sometimes don't have that match. Swinton showed that they had to move up in the middle as well, and Sheffield asked a big question.
Sideways run there from Warrancy.
I think both sides also have the advantage of two of the best ball return fullbacks in the division in Wayne English and Woodcock.
Was a 40-20 attempt, the referee suggested, but it got his trajectory all wrong, and it's Wayne English to return the ball now for the Lions. This is Huff, and now Marlon Billy drifting in field. Almost get to the halfway line, stopped though by Jack Howison. Pickering in there as well. This is Moan, it's a looping pass, Marsh, it's on from Marsh. Darren Woods continues, and this is Andy Saywell, but the referee, Peter Tabiner, pulls the play back, much to Paul Kidd's disappointment.
Well, it was a big call. Great play by Swinton, as Andy Kelly had pointed out. They were trying to expose the compressed defence. A tap on there by Marsh. The referee thinks that went forward. Marsh knows he can't take it in. Just forward. Very close call, but Swinton did remarkably well with Saywell to finish off.
Darren Woods' pass, but the effort was to be applauded, the execution not quite so good. Sheffield scrum then, Gavin Brown to feed. This now is James Ford, and Ford almost to halfway. It's Simfield who stops him. Lindsay, it's the ball away for Andy Smith, the captain. Good tackle on that occasion from Bruce Johnson. This is Howison now.
Fast carries and powerful ones from Howison.
Well, both Howison and Mitchell Stringer will be used to lay the line for Sheffield. They're both very good offload as well in the open field, so Sheffield will feed off that with some second phase football.
No way through there for Brendan Lindsay. This now is Mitch Stringer. Impressive in that defeat of Celtic Crusaders to get the Eagles to this position. This is Pickering, and it's Pickering's kick towards the Sheffield right-hand side. And Marlon Billy, well, he was the coolest customer there because he just allowed that ball to go out of play. Real pressure from the Eagles there.
Playing on the wing can be very difficult at times when you're in your own half. You have to make an immediate risk assessment. He thought, do I take this ball and try and stay in field, or do I gamble and think it's going to bounce over the line? He took the gamble and it paid off on this occasion.
Greg Hurst was pressuring him all the way, but Marlon Billy equal to it. He's in possession again now.
Powerful runner, shakes the hips, a little bit evasive, and when he gets in space, he can be dangerous.
Couldn't get through Smith's tackle though. And this Andy Hay with another good hit there for Sheffield, that time on Darren Woods. Current National League 2 Player of the Month, Darren Woods. Good play from Marsh. Now it's Phil Wood, and he gets the ball away quickly to Moana. Couple of tacklers there on Moana, but again they get the quick play of the ball. It's with Wood, and Huff under real pressure there from Holstock, gets the kick away but goes out on the full.
Yeah, it was great kick pressure from Dale Holstock, and that is the first real error we've seen from Swinton, and Sheffield will now feel they're in the ascendancy and getting some territory to work from.
Hero to villain, really. His contribution last week so vital, and makes the first mistake this afternoon. Sheffield with a great chance now to put some points on the board. Gavin Brown, this is Woodcock. It's trapped by Simfield. Brown again. Good run, that time from Howison. Pickering. Stringer on his outside, but Pickering goes himself. It's a good run. Stopped by opposite number Wood. Dave Newton in there as well for Swinton. To the right-hand side with Gavin Brown. This is Holstock. And Holstock can't get through the tackle of Wood. That was an important tackle as well. Pickering. And it's Brown with a kick into the in-goal area. Oh, just shuttled dead. It was Wayne English who got there just in time. And Sheffield really threatened there, Phil.
You know, their kicking game is very dangerous. They use it so often in attack, and in fact scored 3 tries in the game to put them in this grand final from kicks of a similar nature. Again, English up to the job, has to be wide awake for everything here today, because Sheffield will kick from unusual circumstances.
Swinton's longest serving player, Wayne English. 167 appearances for the club. It's a good dropout that reaches Holdstock over the halfway line. And Holdstock just charges back at that Swinton Lions defence again. Good tackle. This now, though, is Howison. And Howison trying to take Phil Wood back. Pickering waits. Delays the pass. And it's Stringer who almost got the ball away then. Another great position this for Sheffield Eagles. Stringer plays the ball, Pickering, now it's Gavin Brown, and Brown tries to throw a dummy go himself there. That was an important tackle from Chris Huff. Quick play the ball though for the Eagles, and they could be over here. So close there. It was Jimmy Walker. The kick though comes in, and again Swinton see off the danger. This time it's Darren Woods, and Woods trying to get out of his in-goal area. It's going to be 6 more for the Eagles, and they're really starting to turn the screw.
Well, the referee has in fact penalised for a high tackle here on the in-goal area on Darren Woods. I don't know whether it's Pickering or it's picked out one of the Sheffield players there. You see immediately signals high shot, high tackle, and when an incident like that occurs in the in-goal area, the penalty is awarded on the 10-metre line.
I think it was the first one from Walker.
And what a lot of relief for Swinton getting that penalty. What you've seen, one of the features of Sheffield's game so far, they're repeatedly picking on Huff, the number 7 for Swinton, and the little kicks in behind Marlon Billy. They obviously think there's an area to chase there.
Hold, go. Bruce Johnson plays the ball. This now is Phil Wood working the short side again. Dave Olstead is there over halfway for the Lions. Wood again. Back for Chris Huff. They're giving the ball some air for Moana. Moana's pass to Smith, but he's all wrapped up. Good defence there from Lindsay.
The Lions have had some success in the last couple of weeks with that 3 passes wide to this right flank. Lee Marsh, Darren Woods, Andy Sewell all had some success with shifting the ball wide. It's what's made Swinton dangerous come these playoffs.
Talking of danger men, well, that's Johnny Woodcock, and he really is one of the danger men in this Sheffield side. Was very well watched on that occasion. This now Greg Hurst. Hurst, good tackle coming in there from Newton, and now it's Rob Warrancy who has his first chance to run at this Swinton defence. Good tackle from Simfield. Oh, Pickering, well, he has the ball eventually, but Sheffield have knocked on, and now it's Swinton's turn to have an attack.
Well, basically trying to force a mistake from your opponent. Swinton done the hard work. Good defensive line speed now. Scrum just 40 metres from Sheffield's line. Haven't really had a chance to show us what they can do. Maybe from this scrum, Moana, Sewell and Woods to the right.
Swinton in possession. Talking of grand finals, one at the top of your screen there, St Helens and Hull, the big one at Old Trafford. You'll see it on Sky Sports 1, October the 14th at 5:30. Swinton in possession with Sewell. This now is Wayne English. English, it's a good tackle though coming in from Smith, the Sheffield captain. First chance for Swinton to show what they have in the attacking locker. Here is Moana, and then Huff going wide with Marsh, and Marsh's pass on the bounce will find Marlon Billy. Billy trying to get through the tackle there, but it's a good tackle as well from Hurst. This is Lee Marsh now. Last tackle for Swinton Lions. Phil Wood has it. Comes back for Moana. Kick from Moana. It's Newton who is chasing, but very, very brave play there from Woodcock. And he manages to snuff out the danger there for Sheffield Eagles.
Yeah, it was very, very brave fullback play by Woodcock, and Swinton put together a nice attack. They tested Sheffield's left edge, had a look at the right. It was a poor execution by Lee Marsh, and they came back to the kick, and they still have Sheffield in their own 20.
Warrancy trying to do something about that, and now it's James Ford, but the Swinton Lions all offside. Surrender a little bit of the initiative there to Sheffield, having done so much hard work.
Well, you see, you're just going to be back online with the referee. A metre in front, he did call him a 1, Dave Newton. It's fast tempo start to the game.
It's such an expensive penalty, Phil, isn't it?
Well, it is, isn't it? Swinton have just got to hope that they can survive. If you want to win a grand final or a cup final or whatever high pressurised game you're playing, at times you have to be able to defend your own line and keep the opposition out. Here's another test for Swinton.
Lindsay gives it to Brown, and Brown finds Holdstock. Good tackle coming in from Wood. Brown Now it's Lindsay. On Lindsay's pass to Stringer, goes forward. Pickering trying to pick up the pieces, but Stringer's knock on.
It's just the final pass at the moment, Andy.
Yeah, it is. I think, again, Sheffield feel that they've got to work Swinton continually, and pushing that extra ball isn't going to achieve that. They've just got to get to the play of the ball and make the Swinton forwards have to tackle. They won't do it if they're going to squander possession.
Let's go, guys. Come on.
Do you think there's any hangover from not having played last weekend for Sheffield?
I think some of the timing does go, and there are advantages in terms of your recovery physically, but certainly your game timing goes very, very quickly.
Christoph gives it away to Sinfield, and Sinfield's a big hit there. It's Jimmy Walker upstairs and Smith downstairs. He would have felt that there. Here is Marlon Billy now trying to escape one, and again there's 3 men in the tackle for Sheffield. They know that Swinton will be the tireder of the two teams, and Saywell is dumped there by Andy Hay. Wood. This is Lee Marsh, goes the other way to find Huff. Huff can't get through Holstock's tackle though, and Brown completes that tackle. Here is Marsh. Kick on the last tackle.
Well, it's a brilliant kick, isn't it, the distance? Woodcock completely misjudged. It was 20 metres farther downfield than where that kick actually landed, and it's left Greg Hurst with the job of returning it back. He does that with some interest.
Hurst pushes those Swinton defenders back. Lee Marsh, well, that's no easy feat. Here is Warrency for Sheffield, and now Ford. James Ford, a little run there, that was a scything run, typical of the centre. Pickering for Brown. Again, though, Wood, he seems to be tackling everything at the moment, the Swinton number 9. Here's Pickering, throws off Phil Wood and goes himself now, Pickering. Great pass as well. This is Rob Warrency, and Warrency, well, he's taking the ball on here. Rob Warrency gets the pass away as well, and James Ford is going to go in for Sheffield Eagles, but he's lost the ball.
He's not just lost the ball. Wayne English has probably come up with an absolutely sensational piece of fullback play and forced the ball out of James Ford's hands.
Sensational play there from Wayne English. It looked for all the world that James Ford was going to go in uncontested here, but he's handed it on to the video referee.
Superb play. That is defending at its best, isn't it?
Superb. You cannot sometimes account for a fullback who's thinking on his feet. We saw it on Friday night. We've seen it again today. Wayne English, a try saver.
You need two things to do that. You need to be quick and you need to be smart. His speed got him into the position, and then the quick thinking, perhaps with Ford having the ball in the right hand, meant that he could actually get to that side of his body.
Yeah, he's just actually put himself in a great position. James Ford, though, already gesturing to signify the try.
Well, James Ford denied that try thanks to the efforts of that man Wayne English.
Okay, let's go.
See it again here. Well, absolutely superb contribution there from Wayne English, and Gary Wilkinson can't believe that.
Well, he knows that you have to take chances again in big games. It's one of the crucial things. When Swinton last played early in the season against Sheffield, it was the Swinton side who missed their chances when needed to score. Sheffield won't want to start like that. 15 minutes, and I think a really good opening from both sides. Sheffield perhaps the more disciplined until that early mistake.
Yeah, I think Swinton have acquitted themselves quite well, and I think it's the next 5 minutes where we may see how much it's taken out of the forwards, and any fatigue will come to the fore.
Level pegging in terms of possession. This is Newton now, though, for Swinton, over the halfway line. It's Phil Wood and Chris Huff's kick.
Well, that's a perfect kick, isn't it, from Swinton? They've got from one end of the field where they should be actually still waiting for the conversion to perhaps go 6-0 behind, and they've turned it around and put Sheffield back in their own corner and said, you come out of here now. We've had a breather and we're going to make you work.
It's also given the Swinton forwards a chance just to stroll to the scrum and take a breath, which is great tactics.
Of course, Swinton will want Sheffield to do as much work as they can. Sheffield, though, trying to get away from that danger area in the shape of Jimmy Walker. Pickering. It's a good run as well, this. Coming in. It's Martin Osler. And And Andy Hay now for the Eagles.
Very fast play the balls from Sheffield in this set. They're completely on the front foot. Swinton need to hang on here, get some good technique in here, see if they can control the rope. Marsh does that with a good tackle, assisted by Smith in the second row.
Howison felt that tackle. This is Lindsay. Another kick testing Andy Saywell. Saywell picks up possession. Sideways run, but there's a posse of Sheffield Eagles defenders waiting, and Pickering and Brown complete the tackle. English.
Well, there you see Sheffield, they've made one of their first substitutions. Whilst Savatabor involved in that tackle, number 17. They bring him on to make an impact in the forwards these days. He used to play the outside backs in his younger days, but now he gets heavily involved in the middle of the action. And as you can see from his size, provides a real physical presence.
This is Wood. Away this time for Bruce Johnson.
Hold, go.
Wood finds Parry.
I think Parry's one of the highest work rates of the Swinton squad. He really does get involved and continuously takes the ball forward. What is the Swinton's chase like, though? How much energy left now as we approach the end of this first quarter? Good kick from Marsh. Can they get down there to hold Warrancy?
The chase on this occasion did look a little bit laboured, and it's allowed Warrancy to start pushing the ball back into the Swinton line again. So they're going to have to regroup a little bit and find some energy, and the kicking game will be key to those areas.
Johnson with a good tackle. Don't forget the Rugby League Tri-Nations kicks off next Saturday. Live only on Sky Sports. New Zealand against Australia, Saturday morning, 7:30, Sky Sports 3. And Australia against New Zealand, Saturday, October the 21st, 10:30 on Sky Sports 3. And Britain's campaign begins against New Zealand. You can see that one on Sky Sports 3 from 7:30 in the morning, Saturday, October the 28th. Sheffield on the last tackle, in possession. Pickering.
Okay.
Trying to launch the ball over the head of Wayne English, and it splits Andy Saywell and Wayne English there. It's Saywell, the winger, who will bring it back, but Andy Hay immediately there to put pressure on this Swinton line. English. So dangerous if he can get around the cover. Explosive speed. Wood. This time for Marlon Billy. Good tackle this time from Howison. Now it's Ian Parry. Pickering completes the tackle though. Good work from Martin Osler over the top. Wood for Sinfield. Looking to release Billy on that occasion, but took the tackle himself in the end.
Again, just the first signs maybe Sheffield taking control. Although what a fantastic kick, I say that. Without the kicking ability of Chris Huff, they perhaps would be under pressure. But again, the middle chase, not where the ball goes downfield. The other side of the field is where Swinton need to send that message on. We have to chase and cover the whole width of this pitch.
What they'll find if they don't do that, then James Ford and Warrancy, two very exciting outside backs, will cut the field up, and it's a hell of a chase to try and stop those guys scoring.
Still scoreless though, 19.5 minutes gone. Andy Hay for Sheffield Eagles, just short of the halfway line. Good tackle coming in from Moana and Marsh. This now is Pickering. Pickering's ball for Howison, quickly on really to Martin Osler. Quick play the ball as well. This is where Sheffield are dangerous. This is Lindsay, and Lindsay finds Savatabua. Savatabau's kick, looking for Walker. Just too strong. Wayne English again called upon there, and Paul Kidd will be concerned that without Wayne English, well, Swinton could be in real difficulty here.
I thought what was impressive from Sheffield, Brendan Lindsay, the number 6 in standoff, perhaps the key playmaker. When he saw that quick play of the ball, he injected himself into the action, demanded possession, and he sensed the chance that Swinton could score. Perhaps the kick from Savatabor, not the best option, but they've got a perfect 6 tackles here now, 10 metres from Swinton's line.
Sheffield have the scrum. This will really test Paul Kidd's side. And immediately out to James Ford, and Ford will find Rob Warrancy, and Warrancy will score the first try of the grand final for Sheffield Eagles. But the referee again, Peter Taverner, will hand it on to Jerry Kershaw.
Well, it was a very effective piece of play from the scrum. They've just moved it wide of Swinton's outside defence, and Warrancy far too quick not to go in at that point. What the referee's looking for at this stage, I'm not very sure, but I didn't see a lot that would rule the play out.
Well, surely the try will be confirmed here. It is awarded, and Rob Warrancy puts Sheffield ahead. Tries in each of his last 3 league games against Keighley, Blackpool and Hunslet. He missed missed that playoff defeat to the Celtic Crusaders, but what an important try to put Sheffield in the lead.
Well, Wayne English didn't have much option when he took that possession, perhaps back in infield, but there isn't a better sight in rugby league than to see a try from a scrum. We saw Hull score one on Friday night. Well, Sheffield have shown that they're equally as dangerous. Greater position, you've got so much width with 4 fast players, and if you've got pace and the passing accuracy, you've every single chance of scoring. That is brilliant. Gary Wilkinson and Sheffield deserve some credit.
Rob Warrency, the Barla Young Player of the Year in 2003, went on the tour to New Zealand as well. And Johnny Woodcock with 79 goals in 2006 already. It's a difficult chance for him. Woodcock then from the touchline. This for a 6-0 lead for Sheffield Eagles. Oh, he's just pulled that, so the deficit remains at 4. Sheffield 4, Swinton 0.
Well, you know what, Andy Sewell here, he basically offers Rob Warrency 15 metres chance here. There's your start. Sewell infield by 15 metres. Warrency holds his position, stays just inside the line and waits for the pass. And why he's happy to score there. Great start for Sheffield.
Warrency, just a couple of tries in only 10 appearances last year as well. He's set this grand final on fire. Here is Lee Marsh. Another huge kick taken by Pickering. And that's Howison. Sinfield upstairs, Huff downstairs. Scampering run this time from the Eagles. Good tackle from Wood. Pickering again. Now it's Howison. Marsh, oh, but Howison gets the ball away to Woodcock, and Woodcock almost to the tackle of Moana, who comes back for a second effort. Pickering, signs that Sheffield are trying to up the pace of this game a little bit, and Wayne English again will come over to this near side.
Well, he's learned the lesson, hasn't he, to try and turn and get back into the field of play. They don't want to try and survive another 6 tackles on the line, but they've gone from one end to the other. Sheffield look, Andy, like a side who can clearly score back-to-back tries when they get this first.
And that is the big fear for Swinton. They cannot at this stage of the game afford Sheffield to open up a difference on the scoreboard. It's going to be too difficult to surmount, and they do look tired, and Sheffield are now pushing the kicks and probing and getting to the edge and using the speedsters. So it's a difficult period for Swinton.
Marlon Billy just trying to get away from that danger area. Wood, he's got Parry with him. Gets the offload away as well for Moana. And Moana finds Huff, but they're not making the metres forward before that tackle comes in from Howison, and that's the last one for Swinton Lions.
When you see a team offloading as often as that inside their own 20-metre set line, it's a sign of frustration that Sheffield's defence has contained them there. 20-metre gain in 5 tackles, and Woodcock's looking to get up to the halfway line on the first.
Already then Sheffield just 5 metres short of that halfway line. It's Osler. Good tackle from Marsh. We're going to have to stick these tackles for Swinton Lions. Pickering finds Andy Hay.
Again, the quick play of the ball is a massive feature of Sheffield's game, as it has been all season.
Sobotaboa has it now. He gives it away to Jimmy Walker, and Walker just stays in the field of play. Hurst on the bounce. This is Martin Osler trying to put the step on Ian Parry there. This is the last for Sheffield Eagles. Comes to Brown, and Brown's kick. Billy is there, Marlon Billy, but he spilled it, Marlon Billy. It's great. It's Gavin Brown who touches down, and the referee, Peter Taverner, is going to have another look at this via the video referee.
Well, I think there are about 22 knock-ons here.
Yeah, I think we're going to get the choice of quite a few, and the trial will be ruled out. Nothing's ever that certain, but one feels that it was first knock on Marlon Billy, and then Sheffield returned the favour.
Well, other players onside. That's the first question, I suppose, that they have to address. As the ball goes to the floor and is actually kicked, I would probably say that Walker's offside. And if he gets involved in the tackle within 10 metres, then that should be a penalty to Swinton. He did encroach within 10 metres of Billy before Billy had a chance to take in that ball.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Phil. You picked up on the replay that Walker had overstepped the kicker, and he is the guy who tries to benefit with the ball from Marlon Billy's knock-on.
Gavin Brown waits. The try is denied. It is a penalty to Swinton.
The one thing though you see with Sheffield is they do put dangerous kicks in, aren't they? For Wayne English, for Marlon Billy, they're awkward kicks for wingers and fullbacks to have to deal with.
They're a very good side, Phil. They're very well drilled, they're very well rehearsed, and all the halfbacks are capable of that type of kick. But what also is a feature of Sheffield's attacking game, Osler, Andy Hay, Howison, all good offloaders, and then they throw Silva Tabua into the mix, and you've got another player, great feet, great strength, good offloads.
Danny Abu Shakra gets Swinton to within a metre of halfway. This is Chris Morley now, just on in place of Chris Smith. And Darren Woods has gone over the sideline. Good tackle coming in from Rob Warrency. More pressure applied by Sheffield.
It's the first time we saw Phil Wood acting as a dangerous attacking threat, really. Most of his work's been in the defence and shifting the ball from the acting halfback position. There's the Swinton chairman, John Kidd. Takes his place in the stand, working very hard to rebuild the Swinton Lions.
And there his son, Paul Kidd, the coach. He won't be looking too happy about that scoreline, but really have done great work at the Swinton Lions club, father and son. Here now is Silva Tabua, taken down by Parry. Tough, who completes the tackle. Now Brown, away for Andy Smith. Simfield in action, in defensive action there for Swinton. And then Stringer knocks on. This could be a chance here for Wood, and Phil Wood tries to scamper away from that area.
You can see Sheffield have had the majority of possession, and they've had the majority of that inside their opponent's half. So Swinton have been hanging on for a while, but with a penalty, very often chaining points in matches here. High shot there by Andy Hay on Chris Morley.
Chris Morley looked ready to continue that argument there, Phil, I think.
Do you know what? It might not do Swinton any harm, that. It's fired them up a bit of aggression. It's given them a fantastic position through that kick to touch. And now then, let's see if the Lions can come roaring back.
A great kick and a great position now for Swinton. Here is Andy Sewa. Can't break the tackle though of Stringer. Phil Wood. Turned back by Abu Shakra for Moana. Now it's Huff and Ian Simfield. Good tackle from Brown. This is Chris Huff. Now Ian Parry.
He does that very well, doesn't he? Just skips away from the player in front of him. Can he get the quick play of the ball?
Huff. Now it's Moana. And Moana for Lee Marsh. And Lee Marsh trying to go himself here. Lee Marsh. Just short. He's knocked on as well.
Well, just like the Sheffield's first opportunity to score, he's actually lost the ball, whether it was forced from his arms. Just knocked out there, isn't it? Is it Brendan Lindsay over the top in defence?
Yeah, it looks like Brendan Lindsay, and again, but you have to say Swinton look threatening, they look dangerous, so after 30 minutes, or near enough 30 minutes of the game, they're 4-0 down. They've had to work very, very hard, but they're far from out of the game.
Anyone's game at this stage. Gavin Brown, just one try between the sides. Jimmy Walker with a good break there, but can't get through the tackle there of Wayne English. Brown for Silva Tabua, taken down by Simfield. And this is Greg Hurst trying to take some of the work away from his forwards. It's a good run as well from Greg Hurst.
I think he's been impressive, hasn't he? All of his dummy half runs, he's got that 10 metres that the coach looks for the winger to do when he's coming out of trouble. Good strong carry from Hurst again.
I believe that both Warrency and Greg Hurst contribute greatly to Sheffield's goal forward in their own 30.
This is Wayne English. Eludes the tackle of Silva Tabua, but it's a big hit there from Martin Osler. The fullback will feel that. Now it's Wood. Away this time for Morley. Good tackle from Andy Hay and Mitch Stringer. Marsh. This is Darren Woods. Had Saywell with him. Tackle from Ford. Lee Marsh. Oh, he almost lost it there, Morley.
Sheffield.
4 tackles gone.
Go.
Wood. Moana. This is Ian Parry now, looking for the offload as ever, but it's Andy Smith who wraps himself around that ball and completes the tackle. That's the last for Swinton Lions. And Chris Huff. High kick. This will test Woodcock. But Woodcock jumped and Woodcock claimed.
That is a fantastic catch under pressure, isn't it? Dave Alstad got up almost above him and almost took the ball out of his arms, but there really is a lift now. Since they had the penalty awarded to Chris Morley, they've got some fire in the defence now, started to hit a bit harder, and maybe after that 30 minutes of hard work, it's their turn now to put the Sheffield side under pressure.
Yeah, and that's the second time from good kicks perpetrated by Chris Huff that we've seen Woodcock stand his ground under pressure and come up with very valuable catches.
Sheffield then in possession, but it's already the last tackle. Just 23 metres made, and Gavin Brown has work to do to put a kick in here. Pressured all the way by Chris Huff, his opposite number. The kick finds the feet though of Wayne English, and English scampers back for the Lions.
The Lions have got a chance here of putting some real points on the board here. Taking the ball, first tackle over the halfway line. Marlon Billy now carries in field. Can the teammates support the ball carrier? That's maybe what Swinton need now.
Marlon Billy wants to quick play the ball. Moana waits, and Martin Moana sets off in the opposite direction through the tackle of Osler.
Hold. Go.
Now it's Wood. Away for Ian Parry.
Release.
Parry plays the ball. Wood has it. Now Simfield. Well, he actually misses out Simfield and finds Dave Olstead. Last tackle for Swinton. Back with Chris Huff. Another kick. It's a grubber kick along the ground. Dealt with in the end.
Well, it's a goal line dropout. Sheffield player just threw himself at this. He knew, didn't he? Throws out the leg, kicks it over the dead ball line, and Swinton, well, it's applause all around now because they're sent here with a repeat set. There's a chance that they could go level.
Real captain's intervention there from Andy Smith. He knew the danger there.
No penalties down.
And Brendan Lindsay
Come on, fellas,
usually gets good distance on these dropouts.
Yeah, what's good for Swinton though, it's for the first time in the half after 30 minutes we're starting to see them build some pressure up on the Sheffield defence, and maybe they might find areas of fatigue and a little bit of ring rust in what they do.
Ian Parry looking for that. He plays the ball. Wood. This is Sinfield. Ian Sinfield driven into the ground there. That was a good tackle from Andy Smith. This now Liam McGovern. Hands off to Abu Shakra.
Release.
3 tackles gone for Swinton. With McGovern again. Back on the inside for English. All wrapped up though. Andy Smith in there again for his team. Liam McGovern. Delicate chip this time for Andy Saywell. And Andy Saywell, has he got the try for Swinton? The kick from McGovern. Is called into action again.
It's going to be an interesting one. Again, we're looking at the offside initially. I have the feeling that they are onside and that the try will go ahead.
I think this is a brilliant run from the right winger, Andy Saywell. I do believe he's just onside, but when you watch the line of run that he actually puts, he comes up from out on the right wing, back in field on an arc, and puts himself in a position to knowing where that ball will most likely bounce up. It bounces into his arms, and I think he scored Swinton's first try.
And what a welcome it'll be for them.
Andy Saywell gets his 26th try of 2006, and it's the try that gets Swinton Lions back into this game.
And Andy Saywell's had a fantastic season for Swinton. He's been a feature of their season all year, scored quite a number of tries, and I suppose nobody deserves that more from the effort he's shown so far.
Well, it's a mark of both sides' defence that they're having to kick to try and break through it. So Saywell's timing of the run was just perfect. Govern's kick goes through, bounces up kindly for him, and he's there before the 2 Sheffield players. Can he convert the try?
Liam McGovern, the substitute with the attempt, he's pulled it. So it remains Sheffield 4, Swinton 4.
It's interesting, Liam McGovern came up with a kick for Saywell's try, and then given the position to come up with a second very vital kick, he's missed the conversion, and that hopefully won't prey too heavily on his mind.
Well, Already got tries home and away against Sheffield this season, Andy Saywell.
Well, every week in Super League we see players coming on and make an impact. Probably no more than James Roby when he comes on for St Helens after about 30 minutes. Does McGovern provide that for Sheffield, for Swinton?
Liam McGovern probably doesn't possess the pace to inject into the game like Roby does, but what he has got is a very calculated mind in terms of how they should play the game. So he'll give them another dimension on the football side.
Ian Parry threw a couple of tackles there, and the Swinton fans in the stadium really heartened by that. Good tackle from Stringer alongside Pickering there for Sheffield. McGovern, now Sinfield. Can Swinton build on that try? Just under 6 minutes to the break. McGovern and Parry. What a boost for Paul Kidd and the Swinton Lions if they could be ahead, having weathered the Sheffield storm.
Well, they did. They saw off that tough opening 20 minutes that the Eagles put them under pressure, and all of a sudden, well, when you put 4 points on the board, there's usually a bit of enthusiasm in the chase on the back of it.
Kick sends Rob Warranty scuttling back, and the chase is good, but he's got through a couple of tackles there, and it's Darren Woods who eventually claws him to the ground. Woodcock. Johnny Woodcock, no support, so he's going himself. Still going, Johnny Woodcock.
Just little runs like that expend so much energy for the defensive side.
And the marker's not square at that play of the ball. So another penalty against Paul Kidd's side.
The penalty actually was taken from not where it occurred, but he's just found touch. And now Sheffield coming up to this 4 minutes from half time.
Pickering, not the best pass for Lindsay, had to reach for that. This is Stringer. Central position. Pickering waits. This is Martin Osler now, and Osler deep into that Swinton danger area. Pickering, Brown, short pass for Sovatabua, and Sovatabua comes back this way towards Martin Osler. This now is Johnny Woodcock, loses his footing there, but Marsh gets the tackle in. Camped under the post now, Gary Wilkinson's side. Pickering, short pass for Sovatabua, trying to use his strength. Can Swinton hold out? Sovatabua yet to play the ball. Pickering. He gives it to Brown, back on the inside for Lindsay, and Brendan Lindsay will score for Sheffield. Brendan Lindsay puts the Eagles back into the lead. Just a minute after Swinton score, Sheffield reclaim the advantage.
Well, as the game wears on, it's inevitably the middle defenders who tend to tire more, and as we approach half-time, Sheffield have exploited that. They did it so well, didn't they, there? You could just see that Swinton's defensive line did remarkably well to hold out Sovatabua, but they didn't have much left in them. Gavin Brown's pass back on the inside is fantastic. He bounces out of Parry's tackle, and Lindsay gets over close to the post after some great work downfield. The penalty was the killer, really, on the back of some quick play the balls, and they've sensed an opportunity and put 6 points on Hampshire here now. You can just tell here, from within their own half, 3 quick play the balls made Swinton concede that penalty, and then 3 more, and on the 4th one they're crashing over. Good close range try just before half time.
It's difficult at that point when you've given away the penalty to regroup, and Swinton did a good job up to a point, but then the pairing, Gavin Brown and Lindsay, combined, and the try was a simple one, but it showed good understanding.
This kick should be a formality for Johnny Woodcock. It's his first success of the match. So Sheffield ahead by 10 points to 4. Woodcock with the conversion, but Lindsay, the only Sheffield Eagles representative in the National League 2 Dream Team, announced on Tuesday evening. Swinton with 2.
2 minutes hard work.
Marlon Billy and Martin Moana for the Lions. But Brendan Lindsay showing the form there that's encouraged the selectors to select him at standoff.
And the one thing Swinton can't afford now is to concede a back-to-back try. With Mitchell Stringer bouncing downfield, they've every chance. It's the speed of the play of the ball that have made Sheffield dangerous in this match. And as Andy Kelly pointed out, it's been one of the successes to their season.
It has, and they've done it ever so well. What they do is they push through real hard then when they get the quick play of the ball. The result is either midfield breaks, second phase football, or they do get the penalties.
Osler has it for Sheffield. Pickering. Now Lindsay, the latest try scorer, sends Andy Saywell back towards his own line, but Saywell got possession easily enough, but can't break that line. And it's been stolen by Woodcock, and Johnny Woodcock goes in under the posts. Johnny Woodcock with the steal. Look what it means to Gary Wilkinson.
Andy Saywell looks bemused, looks at the referee. There was some full-on hope there that there may be an infringement, but there isn't, just a astute play.
Great thinking from Johnny Woodcock, and a crucial try in the last minute of the first half.
They've got to try a similar fashion against the Celtic Crusaders to put them in this position. And again, they've said, put the kick deep and just puts this guy under some pressure when he turns the ball. Don't make it easy for him. Woodcock's quick thinking. None of the other defenders get involved, so it's a legitimate one-on-one steal. And that's another 6 points just before half-time. Saywell needed better ball security, didn't have it, looks up in absolute disgust with himself. Woodcock knows that is a massive play, just as the hoot is about to sound. One-on-one steal, none better than him today on it, and he comes up with the try.
And it'll be Woodcock to convert his own try. Again, it's right in front of the posts. This for a 16-4 lead. And Sheffield Eagles are ahead by 12 points as the hooter goes. Terrible mistake, really, from Saywell, and Paul Kidd has work to do at half-time. That try from Johnny Woodcock just a minute ago, giving Sheffield the advantage.
Eventually winning by 30 points to 8. No promotion at stake here, simply the right to call yourselves the champions of National League 3. And Bramley, who were out of business not long ago, are on the long road.
League 1, 16-4 ahead, but Swinton will... Gary Wilkinson will obviously be the more pleased coach at the Brave, but Swinton will have that spirit that's fostered over the 3 weeks of playoffs. That's taken them to Barrow and won, to Featherstone and won, and to Celtic Crusaders last week and triumphed there. So the spirit in that Swinton dressing room will be strong as Lee Marsh gets this second period underway. The kick finds Pickering. Sheffield surely be looking to kill Swinton off early on, and the reserves of strength that the Lions will have to get back into this game. Sheffield will want to try and put the pressure on in these first 5-10 minutes, as Pickering has it now for the Eagles. Stringer, Parry alongside Lee Marsh and Martin Moana in the tackle. Pickering has it once more. Now it's Andy Hay. Good pass as well. It's Woodcock into the attacking line.
And that's a great start for Sheffield. You've had a 15-minute break for half-time, and you've come out, you've completed the set. OK, the kick's gone about 5 metres too far over the dead ball line, but it's not too bad a result. They're at the other end of the field, and they're off and running.
Yeah, Swinton have now got to muster up the enthusiasm at the beginning of this half to make sure that they stay competitive, because if Sheffield get the early score, then one would fear that the game may just roll away rapidly from Swinton.
Imperative then for Swinton to get themselves in that attacking third of the field, and Marlon Billy can't get through the tackle there of Andy Hay. This is Abu Shakra now, and he's knocked on, but it's a penalty against Mitch Stringer, I think.
It's the sort of thing that Swinton needed, a penalty, wouldn't it? I think you can clearly see Stringer strips the ball out there, more than one man in the tackle, and that is a penalty to Swinton. Then can Marsh find the distance he did in the first half with that kick to touch?
Good kick from the boot of Lee Marsh. Let's get down to the touchline and get the half-time news from Bill.
Well, this is the ideal situation for the Swinton Lions. Coach Paul Kidd wanting an emphatic start from his side to the second half. Particularly disappointed with their kick chase, with their kicking game in general, and he's looking for an improvement in that, but really what they need is some points and a positive start to the second half. The problem for the Lions is that Chris Hoff is off the pitch at the moment with a bit of a back problem, and a problem for the Sheffield Eagles as well, because Andy Smith has dislocated 2 fingers on his right hand, but he hopes to come back on. Otherwise, they're pretty happy in the Eagles camp, of course.
This is Wayne English then for the Lions. Really need to score early on. 4 tackles gone. Gary Wilkinson's biting his nails. This is Martin Moana, now Ian Parry. And Ian Parry punctures the first line, but it's Samataburu who gets back, and they're just 5 metres away from that Sheffield try line. Here's McGovern. It's a good kick, but it's well fielded as well by Rob Warrency. Rob Warrency sets up on the counter. They're not going to stop Rob Warrency, and Rob Warrency is going to get the early score for Sheffield Eagles. He goes the length of the field. Rob
I can't speak highly enough here of what Rob Warrency's done. His anticipation of where to put himself when the kick was put through was superb. Exactly on the money. And then, well, you can't give people speed, can you? He was born with it. He picked up possession cleanly in his arms, saw the chance to make a name for himself, and clearly did that. The first half, McGovern's kick paid off for them, not on this occasion. We've seen his brother score tries for Harlequins in Super League. We're now seeing Rob Warrency himself score underneath the post, not a Swinton player within 30 metres of him. And a great beginning. From one end of the field to the other, that's the beauty about rugby league, Andy.
Oh yeah, well you've got players like Warrency and Greg Hurst on the other side of the field. You just know that when they see it, they just see so much space, they're going to exploit it. Nobody got anywhere near him, and didn't he enjoy scoring the try?
Rob Warrency, 10 tries now this season, and a great chance for Woodcock to extend the Sheffield advantage. 22 points to 4, a formality with the kick from Johnny Woodcock. And Rob Warrency's second try has put Sheffield in the driving seat.
I'll tell you what you've got to be a good rugby player. He's a quick learner. Rob Warrency's shown in this match so far, he learnt, didn't he? Where McGovern's going to put the kick, I need to be there or thereabouts. He was there, and Gary Wilkinson shows his delight. That's a pretty good start for us, he says to Mark Aston, the Sheffield legend alongside him, and Paul Kidwell, the Swinton coach, can't quite believe his luck.
Still singing though, this Swinton contingent in this crowd. For how long? This is Howison to run it back for Sheffield. Simfield squares up to the tackle. Pickering. It's now Sean Dickinson into the tackle of Dave Olstead. It's Ian Parry there as well. Pickering's pass for Lindsay this time. And Lindsay's kick will turn Saywell around, but it's English who will field it. And English trying to take the winger on the outside. And Rob Warrency will maybe tired after scoring that try, but Wayne English still going.
Well, an ambitious plan from Sheffield, kicking on the second tackle. And Wayne English shows there's still lives left in these Lions.
Well, Wayne English is one of the players out there on the Swinton side that could create something as an individual for Swinton that may give them some hope in the game.
Moana. It's now Chris Morley, and Morley almost through. Plays the ball for Marsh. This is Martin Moana. And now Liam McGovern. Good ball as well for Dave Olstead. Olstead finds Marlon Billy. Can he get through the cover? It's a great tackle there from Jimmy Walker. Along with Greg Hurst. This is Simfield. And Ian Simfield trying to stand up Sean Dickinson. Last tackle for the Lions. Here is McGovern. And Liam McGovern with a kick off the outside of the boot. Testing Warrency. He's spilled it.
Well, you're a hero on villain, aren't you, when you play on the wing of your own line?
You are undeterred by the last kick. Liam McGovern's gone to the air this time to test Warrency, knowing he's just gone the full length of the field. He spilled the ball in a very dangerous moment for Sheffield.
Yeah, Rob Warrency rueful there. His first error of the game, but it gives Swinton the chance to get back over that Sheffield line. Second consecutive set of 6. Here is McGovern. Now it's Wayne English. English's ball on the bounce finds Marlon Billy. Does well to hold on to that, the winger. And Marlon Billy's still going. Wayne English uses the short side, and English turns it back. Dave Olstead. And Olstead trying to stretch out and score. He's in the corner, Dave Olstead. There's 3 around him. And this is going to be another question for the video ref, Jerry Kershaw.
Well, it looks as though he's held up over the line. Fantastic defence here from Sheffield. Quick reply looking from the Swinton side, but Savataboa, Lindsay and his teammates do, I think, just enough to hold Olstead up. There's no way that the ball's grounded. Johnny Woodcock at fullback clamps himself to the ball and won't prevent it from being put to the floor. We'll see it from another angle here. Olstead, good leg drive, but there's no way the 4 Sheffield players will be beaten here to the line. The touch judge gets low. He tries to get a view of it. And ultimately, I can't see this one going Swinton's way because there's just no sighting of the ball on the ground.
No, I'm sure that the Sheffield defenders have done enough. And Olstead, when he got the ball, just hesitated momentarily before he set off on his run to the line, and I think that may just cost him that extra space.
He likes this town, Dave Olstead, a Warrington Academy player, but the try is denied by the video referee. Olstead, well, the chance to get Swinton back in the game has gone.
I'm a bit confused to the decision on scrum defence, Andy. Would you understand how that could be given?
They must have deemed that he's lost the ball in the action of going over the line as well, so they've given head and ball to Sheffield.
Well, I'm just hearing that they've deemed him actually going into touch. His arm touched the touchline, and that's the reason why. Sheffield have possession now, coming away from the line. There's the frame, you just see the arm slightly on the line.
Andy Hay in possession for the Eagles. This is Mitchell Stringer now. Marsh over the top, Sinfield, they need to defend. And it's a high tackle surely from Liam McGovern. A wild tackle really from the substitute.
Do you know, such a pity there. The defensive effort, the line speed, he got up there so quickly, and yet his technique let him down at the vital second.
What Paul Kidd wanted from his side was an emphatic start, and they've shown a lot of enthusiasm and commitment. They can ill afford penalties like that, and he's just a little bit lazy and poor technique.
Pickering then trying to maximise the damage. Here is Sean Dickinson, over halfway for Sheffield Eagles. Pickering, now Stringer. Mitchell Stringer still going, takes Parry to come in, put him to the floor.
Come on, hands out. Get up
Pickering.
and play, mate. Get up and play it.
Now it's Jack Howison.
They set a great platform with those two charges, put the Swinton side on the back foot, and now it's Lindsay.
Brendan Lindsay finds Johnny Woodcock. They're trying to go through the gears here, Sheffield. Woodcock, one of the fastest men in National League 2. Lindsay has it. Now it's Andy Hay. Chris Morley was bumped off there by the former Leeds man.
Come on, let's stop trying to get him.
Grand finalist in the first Super League Grand Final, Andy Hay. Here is Paul Pickering.
Well, a rather ambitious play from the hooker on the last tackle. Elected to run it, knowing how dangerous Sheffield's kicking game can be. I think Swinton will be relieved that he did.
Yeah, I think he probably got a couple of halfbacks screaming at Pickering to open his eyes and look at what they've got on rather than go on that little solo charge he did do.
Swinton in possession with Wood. Marlon Billy can't get through the tackle though of Greg Hurst. McGovern plays it, and it's Ian Parry now. Looked the most impressive forward on this Swinton side, I think, Ian Parry.
I would agree, yes, and they need some players to go with him if they can. Perhaps at this stage with a scoreline of 22 points to 4, some second phase play might help their chances.
Great positioning though from Johnny Woodcock, and he's beaten the first man. That was Smith. Can't get through the tackle though of Marsh. Pickering. Now it's Lindsay and Warrancy. Wants to get out of the blocks there. Rob Warrancy's on a hat-trick, of course. Greg Hurst over halfway for the Eagles.
And Sheffield look dangerous, don't they, when they get those quick play the balls early in the set. The whole floor, you just see Swinton in retreat, really going backwards. And now then again, they're shifting it wide. Andy Hay.
Andy Hay gets the ball away as well. It's James Ford, and Ford almost through. Important tackle from Woods, that. Quick play the ball. This is Gavin Brown. And Brown's pass, well, finds Sean Dickinson. He was trying to get the offload away.
Here comes Liam. Go.
Pickering finds Gavin Brown. Reverse kick almost, and it's still not dead. It's going to be another try as Jimmy Walker, has he scored for Sheffield? Wayne English dallied. Jimmy Walker didn't. And is it another try for the Eagles?
Well, you could criticise Wayne English, but one thing you can't criticise is this kick. Maybe the player's offside. I think from that angle it looks like he is in an offside position. Gavin Brown's kick is fantastic. We don't quite get conclusive evidence from that angle either.
I think Wayne English may just be spared his blushes here for that little bit of hesitation.
Again though, brilliant kick from Gavin Brown against the flow of play, not where you would expect the ball to go, but with fantastic weight on it, ends up in the in-goal area and becomes difficult to deal with again.
The execution of the skill in kicking has been superb from Sheffield the whole game.
Well, we've looked at the grounding. That tends to imply a positive decision.
Jimmy Walker looks positive. Is the video referee positive? The try is awarded, and Jimmy Walker, with his 10th try of the season, extends the Sheffield lead. Former Hull Kingston Rovers favourite. He'll be staying on after this one for the National League 1 Grand Final. There's a few Hull Kingston Rovers connections, but Jimmy Walker with the latest Sheffield try.
You need players who can do unpredictable things, and that's what that kick was. I know Wayne English has made a mistake, a blunder in the in-goal area, but again, a superb kick, not the typical one that you would expect. It bends the field of play, and a rugby ball can bounce any which way. Bounced in his favour. Well, he can't get much happier, can he?
And there's another guy who'll be staying on to watch Hull Kingston.
That's right, Andy. Real connection between this Sheffield side and Hull Kingston Rovers. Walker, Pickering, Andy Smith, Poucher, and of course Gary Wilkinson, all former Hull Kingston Rovers servants. And on the other side, there'll be more than a fair few supporting witness. Come to that in a moment. Johnny Woodcock. Not a difficult chance again. And he's put that straight between the uprights. 28 points to 4 for Sheffield now.
Well, you know, enthusiasm isn't always rewarded in sport, but on this occasion it surely is. Here we see the kick come through, and by his enthusiasm of being in the right place and chasing harder than any other player on this field, James Walker gets what he's justly deserves. Drives, grounds it well, and delighted because that's probably the killer blow in this match.
The restart will find Gavin Brown. 6 former witness players in the Swinton ranks today, whether they will stay on and watch the Vikings' quest for Super League. We'll have to wait and see. Pickering waits. Dickinson plays the ball. This is Osler now. And now Brown. Spirals the kick over the head of Marlon Billy again. Wayne English is there, but Billy will take this one himself.
Again, the sign of a team that back their own fitness, knowing that they might have to do a little bit more work in defence, but they want to do it at the right end of the field. Kicking on the third tackle, it's been successful for Sheffield. They just want to prevent Swinton and any opportunity of getting in their half to attack.
Dave Olstead with a mazy run. Phil Wood has it now. This is McGovern. McGovern drops the ball off. That's a great pass for Martin Moana. Where's the support though? He's looking for a colleague to come on his outside there, Martin Moana. They want the quick play of the ball. They get it with Phil Wood. And Wood trying to side through that Sheffield defence. They desperately need a try. This is the last tackle for Swinton Lions. Comes back for Martin Moana. Flat pass for McGovern. And McGovern will go to the air. This will test Greg Hurst. He's caught that ball in the in-goal area, so Sheffield will restart on their own 20-metre line. And Greg Hurst, impressive to see off the danger there.
Well, quite a change in tactic here for Sheffield. They've wanted to play a high-tempo game up until this point, but now, 53 minutes into the game, they sense they just need to control the situation, control the match, and control the speed of the game.
I think they know that for Swinton there's some very crucial sets of 6 coming up, and any energy or enthusiasm Swinton may have left, this steadiness, this bit of patience from Sheffield will erode it, and maybe then they will cut loose in the last 10.
Sure will, as Andy Smith just plays the ball here now, and Howison, good carries back behind the play of the ball, taking defenders with him. He's been impressive for me, Andy, today.
Yeah, he's led from the front, he's done that all season, and he's been backed up by this guy, Martin Osler. Superb acquisition from the Doncaster Lakers, and a player I think could push on a little bit higher if he was given the opportunity.
Brendan Lindsay's kick was just about dealt with by Lee Marsh. Maybe Swinton coach Paul Kidd will be thinking about Halifax here a couple of years ago. They were 30 points to 16 down with 10 minutes left, and they came back to win 34 points to 30 in a memorable final. It may be too much to ask for Swinton now, but that's the sort of inspiration they're looking for as Wood gets the ball. Good offload as well, but there's nowhere for Wood to go. Dickinson was there. It's Moana now, away for Chris Morley. Morley plays it for Lee Marsh. Now it's Martin Moana. Moana finds McGovern. And McGovern's pass is sent forward by Bruce Johnson.
Well, frustrated by a good line of defence there in front of them. No holes in that line. I think that's what's forced the mistake. the dummy half running from Sheffield's been really good today. They make good meters, and I think most importantly, it's that quick play of the ball that have probably been the difference between these two teams.
The whole approach by Sheffield has been superb. The kick finishes, the transitions, and certainly the way the forwards have got every set of 6 on the front foot with the quick play of the balls has been outstanding.
That was only Andy Kelly's Dewsbury side pipped Sheffield by 2 points, and they're showing why they almost won the championship outright, Sheffield Eagles. Rampaging run this time from Craig Poucher. He's offloaded the ball as well. And Osler is tackled. It's a last-ditch effort, and they want the quick play of the ball. This is Gavin Brown. Runs into a cul-de-sac, really. Still one in the bank, though. Andy Smith using the short side to find Brendan Lindsay. It's another grubber. Marlon Billy, though, well positioned and sensible under pressure there.
I think the Swinton back 3 players will be getting tired of collecting the ball in their own in-goal area. They want to be more downfield and given a chance to run with the ball, but Sheffield's control of the game superb in this second half. Really good third quarter for them. Offloaded attempt, it's backfired for Swinton.
Yeah, more possession for Sheffield, and the Eagles surely will sense blood here. This is Howison. The pass, though, well, it was a great tackle, really, but Martin Osler couldn't take that pass in.
I think what we are seeing now is more and more desperation plays from Swinton in their quest to just clear their 30, their 40 at the moment. Sheffield are pushing their attacks further and further up the field, and the starting point is forever more menacing for the Swinton side as they tire.
Sheffield turning the screw. They have memories, of course, Sheffield Eagles, 2003. They played in this final against Keighley and were denied, well, Keighley were awarded, I should say, a controversial video referee try, Andy Robinson, and they robbed Sheffield of promotion that day, so the Eagles will be wary of that. This is Wayne English trying to produce something for Swinton. Go! Woods. Marlon Billy's pass, and this now is Chris Morley. Now it's Lee Marsh. Bruce Johnson. Good tackle though around the ankles from Dickinson. This now Chris Smith. Again, there's 3 around him. The Sheffield stamina is impressive as well. That's the last tackle for Swinton Lions. Moana gets it away from McGovern. It's a little chip kick. They've got to try everything, but Andy Hay had that all the way under control. And the experience there of the 32-year-old Andy Hay. 2 Great Britain caps, of course. This is Martin Osler launching another attack now for the Eagles. Johnny Woodcock, the danger man. Moana, though, quickly in there to claw him down. Pickering has hold stock for company. All the tackling that Swinton are doing will continue to tire them out. We've yet to reach the last quarter of this game. Here is Pickering. Now it's Brendan Lindsay, and Lindsay finds Andy Hay, and Andy Hay throws a dummy, and Andy Hay will put Sheffield Eagles into National League One. Andy Hay, his second spell at the Don Valley Stadium. He's played in some massive matches, Andy Hay, but this one so important to his beloved Sheffield Eagles, Andy.
And this was one of the simplest of tries for Andy Hay. A tiring Swinton defence, the ball moved very, very quickly to the left. Pickering to Lindsay, Lindsay to Andy Hay, an overs run, and in he goes. There's no defenders there with the energy now to get back to him.
It was a case of roll back the years here for Andy Hay, whether he was playing at Leeds or even in his Great Britain days. Shows the ball, loves to strike out wide, a dangerous back row player. Swinton really, you saw him collect the ball at one end, Hay, and then score at the end of the next set. Really good play from the Sheffield side, wonderful control, and I think that's a great pass there from Lindsay. Right on the chest where he wants it, in front of the man, and he scores. You see, really, all of this second half has been played predominantly in Swinton's half of the field, and eventually Sheffield have converted it into points. 4 tackles, shifting wide to that left side, and Andy Hay back to what he does best.
Well, Andy Hay made his debut 16 years ago, not so far away at Widnes for Castleford. A real experienced campaigner, subbing that inaugural grand final as well. And Johnny Woodcock to add 2 more points. It's 34 points to 4. A 30-point lead then for Sheffield Eagles. And it really has been a performance of clinical professionalism, really, Phil.
Andy Hay uses the man outside him to confuse Darren Woods. It's a quick show and then a go into the hole, and Chris Morley can't get there in time. Again, he's done that so often in his career, and he gets over for a further 4 points. What about this for an unusual kicking style? I'll have a quick lie down, get my breath back, way up the angles. I think he just lines the ball up to get the perfect positioning on it. And as I say that now, the kick went over, but here is the short kick-off from Swinton. They've got possession back.
Great short kick-off there from the Lions. They need something to get on the scoreboard. The Sheffield defence sleeping a little bit, in all fairness, despite the margin. McGovern. The pass this time for Dave Newton. Newton trying to get the offload away, but look, again, there's 3 Sheffield Eagles defenders in there. McGovern. It's now Martin Moana. And Moana stepping. Martin Moana. Oh, just pulled down by Woodcock. Here is McGovern. And McGovern with a kick to the outside. More disappointment for Swinton, but they've not given up this Lions side. Darren Woods so close to another try for Paul Kidd's men.
Well, they've just shown perfectly that if they get to the right end of the field, they can be dangerous. But Sheffield's control of the second half has been so much so that they aren't able to get downfield. Paul Kidd nodding there, knowing that was a chance, really. That's just the way it's going to be today. The bounce of the ball maybe hasn't gone their way, and they've played against the side in Sheffield Eagles who've really been on the money.
Yeah, they have, and we can't fault Sheffield's all-round game today. The good thing from the kick-off, the restart, was Swinton showed that they haven't given the game up. They're still going to try 1 or 2 things. We saw the short kick-off, then we saw the break by Martin Moana, and still an inventive kick at the end of the play.
Andy Hay does brilliantly to get the ball away again. It's Lindsay who's pulled down. Darren Woods with a good tackle there, but they're stretching Swinton again. Poucher, and now Brown. Oh, great take there from Wayne English.
What a catch. Having had a difficult afternoon, his confidence is still intact there, isn't it? Gets up over the man, takes the ball. Perhaps the first time that Sheffield hadn't put a more dangerous kick in.
Halstead plays the ball. McGovern hands it on to Wayne English. Again, they're going to be forced to cross the try line from deep if they are going to get another 4 points. Swinton Lions. More good tackling coming in this time from Dickinson. Holdstock in there as well. McGovern goes himself, and McGovern's made a half break here. Flings the ball back, and Chris Huff picks up the pieces, tries to go to the boot. Dale Holdstock is there.
Well, it's an offside. The kick went through from Woodcock, I think, went forward, and Holdstock stood in an offside position, actually picks up this ball. You can want to wait till you see this here. Kicks it onto Woodcock. Holdstock's in front of Woodstock. The ball's gone forward. That's offside. A penalty to Swinton. A real chance here now, maybe of a second try from them today.
McGovern. Ian Sinfield now. Liam McGovern. This time finds Newton. Dave Newton can't get through the tackle of Holdstock. So close though the Lions are, and then Ian Sinfield goes without the ball.
It's the little things that win the big games.
It is, and Swinton, even now, they're striving to get something positive out of the last 15 minutes of the game, something good to remember about the game, and they came up with an error again, and it's going to be, the chances have become less and less, and Sheffield will want to come back into the game.
Ian Sinfield, a loser at this stage with Sheffield in 2003. He's going to be a loser again this afternoon. Good tackle from Wayne English. This is Greg Hurst for Sheffield Eagles. Now it's Andy Hay. Good tackle from Marsh. Pickering. Dickinson. Pickering again. Now finds Gavin Brown. Brown's kick. Billy is there.
Now is English looking to link up with him? Not on that occasion, it's a one-man effort. Perhaps a linkage there might be a bit more threatening against a strong Sheffield chase, as Alstead now takes a one-up carry. Are they going to spread it wide? Perhaps against a defence that for over an hour here today has been almost impregnable.
This is Moana. Now it's Lee Marsh. And Marsh, good offload as well. Back to Moana, but the ball then goes forward. Sheffield have more possession. Sobatabua just on. Mazy run, good ball as well. So we'll find Craig Poucher, and Poucher, has he got the space on the outside? It's a great tackle from Andy Saywell, but Sheffield want the quick play of the ball. They're only 5 metres away. Here is Sobatabua. Now it's Pickering. Long pass for Holstock.
But Dave Alstead remarkably well there, outnumbered, had to get up and clamp that ball in the tackle.
Pickering. This is Brendan Lindsay, and now Sobatabua. Oh, he gets the ball away. Andy Smith. Now it's Pickering again. Brendan Lindsay, chip into the in-goal area. That's going to be too strong.
Well, a relief for Swinton, but I don't know if there's much energy left in their side.
Swinton are really a side on the ropes, aren't they? They're hanging on tooth and nail. They want something positive, but they're just not getting it at this stage.
Punishing defence from the Eagles. Again, they must attack from deep. Swinton Lions, it's Chris Morley.
Without making excuses, it's worth reminding the viewers at home that last week Swinton had to play a game that went into extra time. They played 20 minutes of extra time. The score was still level, and then the second minute of golden point, Swinton did eventually win. So in effect, they've played an extra quarter already, haven't they, in the week?
Yeah, they have, and again, there was much said of it during the week in terms of Sheffield's preparation, and they approached the game. We saw the first set of 6 at the start of the game resulted in an early kick from Sheffield, and they wanted to drain any energies.
And of course, finishing 5th in National League 2, Swinton played 3 playoff games before this one. Sheffield, of course, only the 1. Maybe that explains to a point the Swinton fatigue at present, but they're trying to get over the line again. It's McGovern, and McGovern just sees a hole, but Andy Hay quick to shut that gap. Brendan Lindsay wraps the ball up. This is Moana. High kick. And James Ford, he says, that's mine, and he claims it brilliantly.
Well, again, Swinton, you can't fault them for their effort, and we've talked about what they've had to do to get here. But Sheffield, having arrived at the ground today, have done everything right. And you've got to pay testimony to the preparation of Gary Wilkinson, as his side have done today.
Talking about Gary Wilkinson's preparation, you know, I went to watch the West Tigers train before the World Club Challenge here back in February, and Gary Wilkinson went along himself just to observe to see if he could pick anything up. I think his willingness for self-improvement has been shown by evidence of the Sheffield side. They're always looking to improve, and in fact the second half performance has perhaps been an improvement on their first.
It looks like Gary Wilkinson's debut season at the Don Valley Stadium will yield promotion. But Swinton looking for another try. This is Moana. Finds McGovern. Now it's Ian Simfield, and there's space on this left-hand side. Here is Dave Alstead, and Alstead's pass to Marlon Billy goes to ground. Gavin Brown is the most alert, and he retains possession for Sheffield. This is Andy Smith now, but now he's coughed the ball up. It's been reefed out though, says Peter Taberner, and so a penalty goes Sheffield's way.
Just in the last few minutes, Andy, perhaps a sloppiness in Sheffield. Is it a relief that maybe they can see the finish line after a tough season? Enough points on the board here, and they've just lost their shape slightly.
Yeah, they have. I think they know now the scoreboard's well in their favour. And the 22-game league season was a hell of a battle, you know, between ourselves and Sheffield. Obviously, the Dewsbury Rams and Sheffield, and it resulted in both sides being mentally sort of at the edge of the whole season. And they'll have some fun now in the last 10 minutes. It'll be the first time they've not been under pressure.
This is Pickering. Now it's Brendan Lindsay. Sobatabua's pass off the floor to Holstock, and Holstock carried on when everybody else stopped, and Dale Holstock still going. Good tackle from Wayne English. This though is Pickering. Flings the ball back. Sobatabua goes back to collect it. Sobatabua to play it. Now it's Brown. It's to Sean Dickinson. 4 tackles gone. It's Andy Smith, the captain, waiting. Smith finds Brown, and Gavin Brown taking on Lee Marsh, but good tackle there from the loose forward. Last one for Sheffield Eagles. Camped under the posts again. It's Brendan Lindsay this time with a chip. Caught on the full in his in-goal area by English, and they want to try and get another try. It's McGovern. English has kept pace with that.
Again, Sheffield's recovery there to get back in position. It was a quick restarted attempt by Swinton. Bang! Big hit there. That Craig Poacher into Morley.
It was a massive clash there, but Chris Smith emerges, and this now is Chris Morley, showing no ill effects. Marsh, and this is Ian Parry. Don't forget, next Saturday on Sky Sports, New Zealand against Australia kicks off the Tri-Nations for 2006. Saturday morning, 7:30, Sky Sports 3. This is McGovern. Kick behind Woodcock, who spills it. He won't mind spilling it at this stage in the game, though, the fullback. This is Rob Warrency. Chris Smith with the tackle. First time Swinton have kept Sheffield in this area for a while. Poucher plays the ball. Good tackle from Marsh, though.
Keep working, keep the concentration. Go.
This is Andy Smith. Last tackle for Sheffield. Swinton will be hoped that they can put them under pressure here. Jimmy Walker is forced to kick. Straight down the throat of Wayne English, and Wayne English is quick. English on the outside. Wayne English is this consolation for Swinton Lions. Gets the ball inside, and Dave Olstead will go over for the second try for the Lions. Too little, too late perhaps, but Dave Olstead enjoyed that, and some consolation for Paul Kidd. It's been a massive effort from his men, and Dave Olstead with a deserved second try.
Well, it was a rare occasion that Wayne English wasn't receiving a kick on or about his own try line. He's just going to show how dangerous he can return the ball. He sensed an opportunity on the outside and backed himself with a chance. I think Sheffield here trying to keep the ball alive on the last tackle. Sloppy, scruffy kick at the end. But what English does here, as soon as he takes the ball, senses a chance, goes on the left, skips outside Dickinson and presses the accelerator. Olstead's on the inside with support, and it's a deserved try for Swinton's efforts this afternoon for Dave Olstead. That's a team try. They've worked hard and they've had some reward here with potentially the last try in this match. He looks, checks inside, checks outside, improves the angle by coming around to the post, and that should make the kick a little easier.
He scored the try in front of the Swinton supporters, and we talked earlier about Swinton's effort and the fact that they haven't given up chasing. And in not giving up, they've come up with a very, very positive thing to remember the game by.
McGovern added the extras, 34 points to 10 now. Dave Olstead, former Warrington Academy player, National League 1 Grand Final winner with Lee. Dave Olstead, defeat of Whitehaven a couple of years ago, so has tasted success in the Grand Final. This is Abu Shakra.
I suppose the Lions are wondering, can they go over again here now? They've nothing to lose. It's been a good season for them. One or two of them would like to score another try here on Sky.
This is Parry. They'll have to do it from a long way back. Here's Lee Marsh now. Pushes Lindsay out to the way and spins it through another tackler. But it's Sheffield who emerge with the ball, and Holstock has it.
I think Lee Marsh just showed he does have ability. He's down injured there, just receiving treatment from the physio. One-handed offload that didn't come off, but a potential player for next season that really could excite the Swinton fans.
Yeah, I'm sure Swinton will want to build a lot of things around Lee Marsh. He does some very, very good things for them, and maybe hasn't got into the game as much as he would have liked today. Martin Moana's probably been the more prominent of the named players.
Andy Smith plays the ball. Pickering, Gavin Brown and Sobatabua. Is there time for another Sheffield try? Pickering. Now Brendan Lindsay, and Lindsay almost through a gap. Ian Sinfield closed the door. Andy Hay. Not the best pass, picked up by Smith. And Andy Smith continues forward. Ian Parry is there. Last one for the Eagles. Pickering and Gavin Brown. It's going to try and drop a goal here, Gavin Brown. He is successful. It just sneaked its way over the bar, and Gavin Brown adds more pain to Swinton Lions. Just the one. But
they've shown, haven't they? They've got a complete array of skills, the Eagles. They've had control of this game probably from the very start, and by just confirming that there with a further 1-pointer. Good kick there, Von Brown. Just about got it up off the ground, over the bar. The referee looked to both touch judges, he wasn't quite sure.
Keep working.
Gavin Brown, such a great servant for Sheffield, happy with that 1-pointer.
I'm not sure it's going to be the most important 1-pointer in respect of the outcome of this game, but for Gavin Brown, his name will be on the team sheet, on the score sheet, sorry.
it's his third drop goal of the season, and Gary Wilkinson in his debut campaign will take Sheffield Eagles into National League One for next year.
Hold.
Gavin Brown will be there. This is Dickinson. Into the last 4 minutes. Sinfield with the tackle.
I think Sheffield have had a minute now to recover from that drop goal. Maybe some razzle-dazzle from them. Sabataboa, can he create something? Getting his arms free. They're all pushing up in support of the ball. I guess they want to be the last try scorer here now in this final.
Tried to get James Ford away then. This is Stringer through the middle.
Movement off.
A couple of metres short of the halfway line. Pickering crosses that now. Goes through the tackle of Moana.
Release the arm.
But it's Chris Morley who finally affects the tackle. That's the last one for Sheffield. Brendan Lindsay just drills the ball into touch. Experienced campaigner Brendan Lindsay, 29 years old.
Come down.
He knows that this match is well and truly won now for the Eagles.
They just want to run the clock down now, Sheffield. They're getting ready to celebrate. A great end to a season from them. They produced it when they were under pressure in the big match. 35 points to 10. It's probably a fair reflection of the difference between these two teams today over the course of this match. Referee's making them scrum down. One of the players has cramping back play. He's not going to wait for Pickering. Puts himself at the back of the scrum.
Kiss for Gary Wilkinson. The celebration's not too far away.
Hold in the scrum. Hold.
Swinton perhaps with time to notch another try when this scrum does finally form. Peter Taberner making sure everything is correct. This is finally Swinton on the attack, and it's a good ball from Huff, but not taken in by English, and this could be another try for Sheffield Eagles. It's given to James Ford. Ford ignored Sabataboa, came back this way, decided to go himself. They'll have 6 tackles now, 10 metres away from the Swinton line. Can Sheffield crown it with another score? It's Lindsay and Brendan Lindsay trying to go himself. Tackle came in from Abu Shakra. Touch of cramp.
One side, yeah.
Lindsay will roll away from the play the ball area. Go to the short side and almost over there.
Hold.
It was Craig Poucher. Not the best pass. Brown tidies up brilliantly though and brings in Johnny Woodcock. And Woodcock would love to get a third. Here is Gavin Brown again. Looping pass. This is James Ford taking on Marlon Billy. And Ford gave it to Jimmy Walker. And Walker blew the chance of another try to crown this victory for Sheffield.
Time, guys.
Well, they wanted to finish with a perfect day. He needed a perfect pass, didn't he? The gap was there, but passing accuracy in big matches is very often the difference between a try and a memory, a chance and the points. And you've got to put the ball where the man wants it.
Well, Swinton will have so many memories of this day. In a fantastic effort just to make this final from 5th position. Particularly given the manner in which they've done it throughout the playoffs. The crowd counting down, but the Lions in possession. Abu Shakra has it. Time for one more play. This is Wood. Now it's English. He ships the ball right to Ian Parry. The hooter sounds. That is the end of the match. And Sheffield Eagles are promoted to National League One. Johnny Woodcock with a couple of tries, and Gary Wilkinson in his debut season at the Don Valley Stadium. Paul Kidd, the Swinton coach, goes home disappointed, but Gary Wilkinson, well, 2 years at Craven Park, he will be staying on to watch the National League One Grand Final, but for the moment it's his Sheffield Eagles side back in the game's second tier, really not in doubt for so much of the second half, and Sheffield have won this one. They are promoted to National League One. It's finished. Sheffield Eagles 35, Swinton Lions 10.
Well, it sounds easy.